called my mom, I called my sister, I told my friends, everybody, yeah, your girl's got a job, girl's got a job. Dancing like a fool. When you get a job that quick, there must be red flags. There just has to be. Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Tomisin, or Tommy G if we're tight like that. 3 rules for this channel. Number 1, no bad vibes. Number 2, everyone is welcome. And number 3, please take something as you leave. This is the first time that I'm telling this story on a public platform, because when it first happened I was so embarrassed, but I'm telling you this so you guys can learn from my mistakes, and I'll give you guys all the do's and don'ts of manifesting anything that you want. First things first, what actually is manifesting? I personally define manifesting as the process of actualizing something or bringing something into existence that you want. Obviously not by my will and my power alone. I do believe it's also one of God's gifts to us. So if you're having any apprehensions, don't worry, like this isn't all straight woo-woo. It is woo-woo, but you know, God is involved. God day. This whole process started for me because at the beginning of my self-love journey, obviously it took a lot for me to actually feel like life was working for me, to actually feel like I had any sort of control over my life. And so I think once I had a grasp of that and I realized, oh okay, life isn't happening to me, but I actually get to create my life experience, it made it easier for me to first of all just believe that it was possible to manifest. The reason I'm saying that first is because I honestly believe that manifesting is not just I want a trip to Dubai and then just like sitting back and not doing anything about it. I feel like it is a very active process. It's more of an active process than people like to make it out to be. That's just one of the misconceptions that I have seen, and I feel like that's another reason why people don't really believe that manifesting is real. When you really think about it, everything that exists has been manifested. Like this dress that I'm wearing, first of all started in someone's brain, and now I have it, I'm touching it, I'm wearing it. It is a manifestation. This beautiful luscious hair is a manifestation. Me myself, I am literally a manifestation of whether it's God's love, my parents' love, or whatever. I first didn't exist and now I'm here. It's a very beautiful and miraculous process, but it's not something that's out of reach. Like I said, it's a gift to us and every single person has the ability to do it. This is so hilarious because I said I was going to do a light beat. Did you see how much foundation I put on my face? Even this happens, like, oh my god. Point being, everybody has something to say about manifesting, including me. So firstly, just believing that it's possible is the first step. Let's get that jawline snatched. The first time I ever manifested a job, oh my god. The first time I manifested a job, this was when I was keeping a very strict mental diet, in the sense where I was very on top of my thoughts. If I was thinking negative things about myself, I was on top of it. I would immediately change it into the more positive thoughts. If I wanted to manifest something, I was telling myself, oh, it's not even possible, I would immediately be like, everything is possible. Like very on top of my thoughts, because I knew that and I believe that my thoughts create the reality that I'm going to experience. So the first time I manifested a job, these were the rules I followed. Your thoughts create your reality. Keep a strict mental diet. Be very specific about the things that you want. Focus on how it feels to already have what you want. Forget about how it's going to happen. Be patient and just hold those thoughts of how it feels to have what you want. So I did just that. And this is the thing about human beings, we can be so narrow-minded, because all I knew was that I wanted a job that would be very you guys, even just thinking about it now, okay, I wanted a job that I didn't have to do too much to get. I was like, yeah, God, I really just want the interview process to be effortless, really quick, so that I don't really have to do too much prep. Like that's really what I was focusing on, because I had done so many interviews at that point. I was like, I don't even have the strength. How I will know that it's the job I manifested is if the interview process is easy and effortless. That was my one thing that I was really focusing on. You guys, I didn't focus on anyways, I'll get into all that. So I did this every day. I would hold the thoughts of, I'm so grateful for my new job. I'm so grateful that the interview process was so easy and seamless and effortless. I would say affirmations and journal and even talk to people as if I already had that job that came to me very easily. One day I was just chilling and I get a phone call. They're like, oh yeah, we're calling you about this role that you applied to. Let me tell you guys this thing. I don't remember applying to this role, which is fair because I had probably applied to like hundreds of jobs at the time. I remember applying to the company for a different role, but I don't remember applying to this role. So when I got the call, I was very confused. Like, what do you mean? Telling me about the job requirements, you know, this is what you have to do. You don't need to have too much experience. We'll teach you on the job. That was the interview. When she was done, she was like, we're filling these roles urgently and we kind of just want to know if you're available to do the job or not. And I was like, me at this point, I did not have a job. I was obviously manifesting a job. Oops. So I was so excited. I was like, of course I'm available. I can do it. She was like, we'll probably get back to you by today to let you know if you've gotten it or not. And then we can move on with the onboarding process. Huh? Onboarding. Like, I've never seen anything like this before in my life. When I now clocked, this is the job I've been manifesting. This is the easiest interview process I have ever had to go through in my life. They barely asked me anything. I was kind of excited because I was like, is it me that did this? Like, this manifesting thing actually works? Like, what the hell is going on? I waited until they called back, and I kid you not, like 2 hours later, I got another call. Congratulations, you got the position. I was literally overjoyed. I just manifested a whole job. I called my mom, I called my sister, I told my friends, everybody, yeah, your girl's got a job, girl's got a job. Dancing like a fool. When you get a job that quick, there must be red flags. There just has to be. Going to this job, first week it was cool, you know, everybody would still be nice, pretending. As time started going by, I was like, wait, what have I gotten myself into? This job was so... I'm trying to be nice. It was horrible. It was not the role for me. And this is something that I manifested. I wanted a job that was easy to get and I got one. And the way it happened wasn't anything that I could have planned or scheduled. But the danger there is that being too specific and not leaving room for things that are actually in your highest good will land you in trouble. I manifested a job that was quick and easy. Got it one phone call. But it made me miserable for months to come. The people that I worked with were shady as the company was super disorganized. I wasn't getting paid to be collecting all the types of trauma and stuff that I had from that role. And honestly, a couple months into the job, I started looking for something else. I tried to manifest a job again. When it came to the second job, I successfully manifested another job. But let me tell you where it went wrong. This time I was like, bad girl, like I manifested a job once, let me do it again. Okay, now I now start thinking about the specifics of the type of job that I will want. Like, I put this salary, I want it to be remote, I want it to be in this industry, all the tech that I want them to give me, the type of people I wanted to work with. I got more specific this time than just saying I want it to come easy to me. It doesn't have to come easy. I've experienced it coming easy, and so let it just come to me in whichever way that it wants to come to me. But I was doing it from a place of pain. I was doing it from a place of desperation, of wanting to get out of my current role. I was latching on to anything because I was like, I need to get the hell out of here. I start applying to new jobs in the industry that I'm manifesting and just holding the assumption that yes, this is coming my way. After a couple of months of waiting and expecting, it's starting to happen. You know, I'm starting to see some movement. And the thing about this whole process is that it was quite long. I'm saying the story as if everything happened back to back, but it took a lot of patience. It took a lot of tests. Like, I had to really hold my thoughts and believe that what I wanted was coming and not just settle for anything. The day finally arrives. I get an email from this company that's like, we want to talk to you because we saw your profile, we think you'd be a good fit for the job, blah, 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 blah. You know how they do, we're trying to run, we're trying to... So I was like, is this happening? I look at the job, I see the role, what they're looking for, exactly what I wanted. It's remote, exactly what I wanted. They give you a phone, a laptop separate for the job, exactly what I wanted. Salary, nice and juicy, exactly what I wanted. It was just looking so sweet. It was looking, the package was packaged. They packaged it very well. One could almost say it looked too good to be true. But I said, it's okay, God is on my side, I'm manifesting this. It's supposed to be mine. So I start talking to the recruiter and everything is going really well. They're like, we're gonna need you to do this phone screen and then we'll do the interview on this app. When they said app, you know, one of those online interview things where you can just do the call and answer some questions. That's what I thought it was going to be, but it was actually texting. It was like a text interview. And I was like,
bombastic side eye.
Weird, but kind of cool because I have time to like prep and draft my answers and it's not super on the spot. I was so grateful. I was still kind of nervous that this is such a big opportunity. I hope I'll get it because this will be like everything I've ever wanted. Wrong. Big wrong. I do the interview and they're like, just so you know, for this role, we're going to have to send you a computer, a phone. You're telling me all these things as if it's a problem. Like, this is what I want. Send it. When I finish the interview, they take a few days to get back to me. And then someone calls me on the phone. Is this Tomisin? I was like, yeah. Congratulations. We just want to let you know that you've made it to the final round. I was so happy. This was right after I had a horrible week at work. I was just so done with that job, and it felt like God was sending me this new role specifically as just, okay, here you go, this is your way out. It felt like my saving grace in that moment, so I was literally so happy. They sent me an offer letter. I signed it, everything, and then a few days later they reached out to me and they're like, we're ready to send you your laptop, but the system is down and they might just have to send me the money to buy the phone and the laptop. This was the first red flag. My spidey senses just started going up. I was like, send me the money. This is a whole company. Like, why would you do that? But I was like, oh, it's fair. Maybe that's just what's happening. I let it go. I started asking them questions. I started asking them questions like where they want to send it to. They asked for my bank account number, my routing number. I gave it to them. They're like, oh, they want to send me $3,000 to get everything. And then once I get everything, I'll send it back to them to configure the computer and they'll send it back to me to start the job. That's when I was like, hold on. And I started Googling that why would a job want to send me money. Google is basically like, babe, you're getting scammed. This is a scam. This is not a job. I felt like I just wanted the ground to swallow me. A scam. I was so embarrassed, pained. I was so sad because this was like the perfect role. I really wanted it. I really wanted to be in this industry. And I felt like I did such a good job on the interview and prepping. It felt very disappointing for me, honestly. I went back and I looked at the email that they sent me originally, and it was a company email, but it wasn't the company's email. For example, if it was like hr@google.com, it was like hires.google.com. It looked legitimate, like it was from the company, but when I now went back and did more research into that specific company, it turns out that scammers are using this company's name to lie, to get money from people. It's Nigerian scammers as well. That was where I was like, are you actually kidding me? So what they do is they'll ask you for your details, they'll send you money, then they'll make you buy the laptop, send and ship to a warehouse that is carrying things to Nigeria, and then by the time they've scammed you and you go to the bank to try to complain, you will never get that $3,000 back because you have used the money to do something else. So it would have been a different case if scammers just sent money into your account and you're like, oh, I think this is legitimate, like whatever, they'll cancel the transaction. They sent me fake checks. It was from a bank that like pretty much didn't exist, and I was like putting this into my bank account. Like I started doing research on the bank. So by the time that check enters your account and you use it for something else, it flags you like as a scammer already. So that's how they get away with getting free laptop and phone. They send it to Nigeria to the boys that are doing fraud in Nigeria. If I catch fraud boys, I swear. Oh, it was a very close call because I almost fully got scammed of $3,000. I'm just so happy and grateful that I caught it at the time that I did, because that could have been way more painful. There you have it. I manifested 2 different jobs. I was too rigid about what I wanted. I didn't pray that it would be for my highest good. I didn't focus on the things that would actually enrich me. I was just focusing on very superficial things, and I just didn't want to put in the work that I needed to get what I actually wanted. So much trouble. So just be warned. Manifesting is great. It is real. It can happen for anybody and everybody, but you have to be careful what you wish for. You have to make sure that you actually want the things that you're asking for, and just take the time to do deep reflection, and do not be afraid of hard work. Do not be afraid of everything else that goes into the process of manifesting something that you want. This applies to everything. Like I said in the beginning, I've manifested big things, I've manifested small things, but overall one just has to be careful to make sure that you're actually getting what you want out of an experience. Please learn from my mistakes. Learn, because you don't want to end up like me, child. Now, when I actually want something, I understand that it's a process. I understand that I have to do some work. I understand that there's a lot of mindset work involved. There's a lot of work involved. So it's not like, oh, just snap your fingers and say some affirmations and things will come to you. That's something that I definitely learned in the process. Let me know if you want me to do a full proper video on how to manifest like step 1, 2, 3, XYZ, because I have experience. I have experience failing. I have experience succeeding. Just let me know if you want that video and I will get to cooking. I hope you have picked up a thing or two from this video. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for watching. Give this video a like as well if you've enjoyed it so that I know what you like. I gotta know what you like to know what to give you, you know? Make sure to check out all my other socials to stay up to date. I always ask my questions on my Instagram story, so definitely follow me on Instagram as well. And welcome to the club. Welcome to the community. Love you. See you later. Oh my god, my nails match my dress. Sorry, it's a little... Ah, they're so pretty!